Good evening. Good evening. Thank you for tuning in to Side Streets and Intersections here on IntellectualRadio.com. I am your host, Angela Chin, and sitting with me, I have two beautiful African American sisters. To my far left is my one and only daughter, Erica Ava Lynn, my co-host, and our special guest, Miss Phoebe LaShawn Crape. I'm sorry, I may have made a slight, but we'll correct that. Phoebe. Okay,
Phoebe.
Phoebe. I think I was thinking about the as the world turns or something,
Phobia.
but I don't think she's going to hold me to it.
No, not at all.
We want to just say thank you. Thank you for tuning in on this day. To all our iHeart Radio listeners, to our IntellectualRadio.com family, and to Side Streets and Intersections, we just want to say that it is a beautiful day here in the state of Illinois. We are just enjoying this sunshine and right outside of Chicago. And we just want to entertain the subject matter. How you dress will determine how you will be addressed. And so in the studio, we have our special guest. She is the creator, the epitome of style. She is an event planner. She is from the West Side.
West Side.
And let me just remind you out there, the reason that I am mentioning the West Side, because we hear so many adverse things about what comes from the West Side of Chicago. And I, being from the West Side, a product of the Chicago public school systems, as well as LaShawn,
Yes. I'm from
and
the suburbs.
as well as my daughter, just for a small stint. But we just want our iHeartRadio listeners to know, as well as IntellectualRadio.com, our viewers to know that there are good people and good things that come from the West Side of Chicago. So today we're going to dispel all the lies.
Mhm.
But getting back to our subject matter, how you dress will determine how you will be addressed.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna call you LaShawn.
Okay.
That's
right
okay.
ahead. That's fine.
And so tell us a little bit about what you do and how you became, what influenced you to become an event planner, and just some of the events that you've done in recent time.
Okay. Actually, it started when I was basically in my early 20s. My family is a family full of entrepreneurs. So we have the florist, we have the photographer, we just have everyone, the chef, just everyone. So I have an aunt that makes a lot of flowers for weddings, and she's pretty good at it. So her name is Selena Williams, so she's really good at this. So I started there when she was like, "Oh, I have a big wedding, and I need you to come and work it with me, show them how to march." And so I was like, "Oh, okay." But to me, it was like a hobby. It was fun.
Mhm.
I didn't realize it became a passion when I was like, "Oh, I miss it. Who having a wedding, and what can I do?" And when it started becoming a passion, I wanted more and more and more of it. But I just still didn't realize it was passion. Still didn't. But as time went on, I've helped with weddings, social parties, like anniversaries, large birthdays, not just the little mini birthdays, but large birthdays, the birthday parties. So I was pulled in by family, and then it became that people were recommending me.
Okay.
So after that, I realized, like, wait, I think I like this thing. So this becoming a part of me. I'm getting too excited. The work is hard, but I get excited towards the end, like, wow, I did that. Oh, I helped made this happen. So it's just like the passion just was firing up inside of me. So when I found out as time went on, I still wasn't working under the epitome of style, just under myself. I, at the time, I was not getting paid for anything. It was just something I would love to do. But as the time went on, the age progressed, I started learning more and more about it. I learned that there was a school out there, DePaul University, that, hey, crazy about what I always wanted to go to DePaul. DePaul have exactly what I want, the hospitality, events and management. So I decided to go to DePaul, and I made it as part of my career, entrepreneur career sense. Like instead of just going to school, getting that degree, you have the bachelor's, you have that, and you just going out into the workforce world. Actually, I was going in so I could have this piece of paper to say, hey, I'm serious about what I want, and I'm going under my major, which is in the hospitality industry, and that's what I want you to take me serious about. And yes, it could still be a hobby. Yes, it could still be, just having fun with it and everything. But it also became a deep fire and passion. And to prove that to myself and to others, that's what I decided to do. Hey, she has her certificate in wedding and event planning. Oh, now she has a degree. Then I'm going for my my CMP, Certified Management certificate, my as a planner, as a meeting planner. So I'll be doing that as well. So it's just I got started that way, family full of entrepreneurs. That's exactly, I know I went all the way over, but that's exactly how I got started.
But that's okay.
It grew. It just grew. As time went on, it grew.
Well, that's okay. This evening is about you. But also what I want to address is your sense of style. I followed you on Facebook, and you're always dressed to the T. I mean, makeup is impeccable.
And I'm blushing.
Are you doing it for the gram?
No, I am not. You know what? As with my business as well, I just say I'm the best me possible. So how can I represent myself? I could care less what the next person is doing, what the trend is.
Okay.
Just, hey, what do I like? I don't care if it's label, name brand, but hey, I might like a name brand purse, but it doesn't mean that, hey, I'm just going to make brand names all through, my closet. Yeah. But actually, it's just the uniqueness. I like being unique. I like being set apart. I like for you not to think of me just like you would think of the next woman.
Yeah.
So it's just like, hey, when I'm addressing her, I want to address her differently. Oh, I can't go to her like I would go to Becky or Susan. I can't do that. No, she's not going to accept that. Oh, look how she walked in the room. She walked in that room like, whoa, look at me. But then again, wait, I don't think she wants you to look at her. So you smell it too hard. Don't look at her. So when I walk in that room, it's not to, hey, look at me, the fashion. It's like, hey, I'm unique. If you see me, wonderful. If you don't, it's okay. Because I've noticed myself.
Well, what's interesting is like I said, I've followed you for over 2 years. We actually grew up in the same area.
Hey.
And it's just, to me, it's inspiring.
Thank you.
To see someone who is always on their A game. I know you do kickboxing as well, too.
Yes, my friend Angela got me into that.
So tell me about that. How's that? How do you get into that?
I love it. My friend Angela, she is Angela Wilson. She's actually, she got me into running. I didn't know anything about running. So she's very health fanatic. She's a trainer and everything. So just for fun, because we're good friends, she got me into that. Then I have a daughter that's a boxer. So it's like, hey, I'm going to make you train me this year. So, she was a boxer. Let me correct that. But she wasn't pro or anything like that. But she was semi-pro. She was really doing well for herself. But yeah, I mean, I like to be, I'm short and feisty.
Yeah.
I like that.
I do too. I'm not sure, but I'm feisty. Y'all short and feisty.
Short and feisty.
Nice.
Oh, she can kick some butt.
So when you see young women, and when you see young women and they're dressed, because I don't know where they get this fashion sense from.
Yeah.
I don't understand how it has become so popular to get up out the bed and go to the store with pajamas on and you've not put any water on you.
Yeah.
And I don't understand how that translates into treat me like a woman.
Right.
With your fashion sense, and because you are the mother of girls,
2 daughters, yes.
tell us about maybe how a day would go, particularly when they were coming up as teenagers and
Oh,
they
wow.
wore something that you just knew that that will just not work? And how did that translate into your company that you have now, the epitome of style?
Well, my youngest daughter, who I used to say much to, because she was just say I don't care type of person. She was the one that would probably throw on the jogging pants, not the jogging pants, the pajama pants, or the little Victoria's Secret shorts, and like, oh, I'm gonna run outside real quick, run to the car. Wait, where you going with that on? They look like panties. Are you kidding me? They're shorts, mom. But my kids are always mad at me. But not mad like they won't talk to me. But I'm always preaching. They were like, "Oh, do you have to preach again?" But it's to me, if I don't tell you, who will? You
Mm-hmm.
walk out there with these little bitty shorts on. What do you think the person is thinking? What do you think he wants? Do you actually think that he want you for your mind? You're beautiful already, so that's not anything that you're really looking for anyone to say to you. But when he see these little shorts, and just because you walk into the car and your little cheek hanging out and they look like panties, why do you think he's approaching you? That's not a good look. It's just not. So I mean, I'm always talking, and I'm always I'm called the heel person. I kind of grew out of that a little bit because school got me with the not heel, because you're always walking around
Mm-hmm.
constantly and you're going from one campus to the
Mm-hmm.
next campus.
Yeah.
But I still love my heels. But my youngest always just, Mom, everyone cannot be like you, and this is what I like, just jeans and t-shirts, and that's fine if that's you. But it's how you present that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can wear the shorts, but do your shorts have to be all the way and your butt cheek hanging out? It's okay to show a little skin, but be skin, well, have a little skin, a little class. That's how
Absolutely.
Agreed.
yes.
Absolutely. So, like, literally, I literally stalk your page, whether you know it or not.
Yay!
I do
Fashion.
on
And you
fashion.
know what? And that's so wonderful because I don't see myself that way. I just be who I am, and I'm just so honored that you do that. And you're beautiful. And I've felt, hey, we was cheering each other on through school.
We
So
were.
yes, and your daughter is beautiful too.
Thank you.
She needs to meet my beautiful daughters. But my daughters always say, "You always trying to make friends for us," but you do,
Yeah, she does that.
right? But yes, it's just it's just me being me. I care about the way I look. I mean, I do have those days when I just don't want you to see me. That's the hat on my head. Me with my jogging pants on and my big T-shirt running out. You don't see who I am, so I don't have to worry about you approaching me. So I mean, there are those days that's out there for me, but the majority of the time is when I decide to walk out. When I walk out, it's not always dressy. No, it's not. It's not. But it looks like LaShawn. It looks like, hey, that's LaShawn. Nice little cute T-shirt with the jeans on. She might have some heel boots. She might have some flat boots on. She might have some wedges on. But she looks neat and classy, and I like that. And when people approach me, and I have to really thank God for that. I do not get approached now
Mhm.
by a lot of people that say,
No one
"Hey."
wants that.
I do not. I do not. I've had people stand around and just say, I love your oral.
Yeah.
And that's a beautiful thing to me because I want to be able to extend something positive because as women, we do get a lot of negative feedback,
Yes, we do.
and I like for us to uplift one another. And our character, we have to dress our character. My character means a lot to me. It's not always just about the clothes. So how are you addressing your character?
Mhm.
So how would a person walk up to you and realize that, hey, she's not the one to talk like that to?
Yeah.
The B's and the H's and all of that. When did that start? When did you start addressing women like that? Like it's no problem. She said, huh? Yes, baby. What can I do for you? No, that's not how we do things. I'm a
Absolutely.
woman. I want to be addressed as such. And whether it fits how I look, and sometimes a woman can have on the most sharp suit out there. But what about her character?
Mm.
How does she address her character? So it doesn't matter what you wear sometimes. But with those nice
Depending where.
clothes, But with those nice clothes or just putting together an outfit, how is your character?
Wow, that's deep.
Mhm.
That's deep. And let me tell you why that's deep, because most of us don't even think about the character because of the superficiality that exists,
All right.
because we are so materialistic
Exactly.
and we've been made by societal standards not really to like ourselves.
That's
That the
true.
the image that has been portrayed is an image that says that if I don't look like what they've put on the mannequin,
Mm-hmm.
then I can't be authentic.
Exactly.
Well, a lot of what, and I was reading earlier about beauty, the beauty industry over the last 200 years. I was telling you about that earlier. And the advent and introduction of, like, smell good and body lotions and toothpaste,
Right.
hygienic products, all that. All those things, our marketing is based on insecurity.
Yes.
All the things that we wear, our clothing, all the makeup, from designer on down to, your Payless, your thrift store, it's all based on insecurity. If I don't make you feel bad, why would you need to buy my product?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So with social media today, actually, that's a question for you. Okay, as far as style, social media purports that we have to, well, most women, people,
Mm-hmm.
are half naked or even very naked, okay, on social media. And you get these likes and you see people with these hundreds of thousands of followers and so forth. And it teaches our youth and some misguided older people that that's what you need to do. And that's the type of, what's the word? That's what you need to exude to get some type of,
some
respect,
type of attention, right?
attention.
Put some respect on my name.
But put some respect on my name.
Put some respect on my name.
Put some respect on my like button. Like that button.
Like that button. I don't like me, so like me. Please like me.
Right.
So, with all this going on today, how do you you have women,
Yes.
daughters,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any grandchildren?
Yes.
Or? Okay.
Yes.
So, girl.
I have a 10-year-old granddaughter and a 6-year-old grandson.
Okay, with both of them coming up in the age of social media, and everyone on social media being nuts. How or so much. How do you, as they're coming up, how do you instill it in them that what they see
It's not what it should be?
Yes.
Oh, I'm always talking. Just like I talk to my daughters, I talk to my granddaughter since she's 10.
Okay.
Because my grandson, he's pretty much, he don't care. He want to play with the toys.
Right.
No, it doesn't matter.
We'll show you being.
But my 10-year-old granddaughter, we talk a lot, and she's very, very intelligent.
Okay.
And I always tell her to be who you are, be yourself. Sometimes we get so involved and in tune what others want from us, we forget about who we are. She has her own sense of style. But hey, you like this, but wear it in a way that is more presentable for you. You don't want it's a such thing like if I'm telling you, like this, your mom telling you, hey, don't do that, because if you do this, the kids out there is going to tease you and it's going to hurt worse. But they're mad at you because you're telling them what's right and they feel like you're against them. But I had to explain to my granddaughter that what I'm telling you now, either I went through it or I saw someone else deal with it. Peer pressure is nothing nice, but that's why we teach you to be strong and do what you want to do and have your own sense of identity. But just because someone else is out there with that, whatever, if it's a hat, hairstyle, clothes, or maybe of an attitude, because some people, you were raised one way at home, you get outside and you just feel like, hey, I want to be with the in crowd. Oh no, you're not an in crowd. Yeah. You be who you are, unique. That's what God made you, unique. And that's what you stand on, uniqueness. Okay. And that's what I drive for within my business. That's why the name is the epitome of style, but it represents who my customer is. Is this, I want to reflect the best you possible. So let us talk. Let me see what you really like. Now, you might not have the money to try to do the diamonds and pearls and all that, but let's get close to it, that it can still be classy and sassy. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be, it was cheap, but we got the best quality for things. It doesn't look cheap because you didn't have the money to do it that way. But we want to present you. I don't care if you're doing one little bitty thing, tying a knot differently, that made you unique. And I think people do not think about that. If they want their event to match the next person's event, why? Mm-hmm. Are you all in that event? Is that event you, or is that event the person that actually held that event?
Right.
So let's find you, and that's it. All rounds with going back to who I am as an individual. Mm-hmm. I'm the best representation of me. Let's find the best representation of you, and if you know it, let's put it all together.
Okay.
So that's why I am who I am.
Well, you know what, we love who you are.
Thank
and
you.
We're going to take a short musical break. And we just want to say that if you are looking for an opportunity to explore hosting your own show here at IntellectualRadio.com, please do not hesitate to call 708-223-8953, because your next break may just be around the corner. Welcome back to Sidestreets and Intersections here on IntellectualRadio.com, where if you are not being fed, it's because you obviously are hungry. Therefore, you need to tune in every Sunday from 7 to 8 p.m. to Side Streets and Intersections as I, Angela Champ, your host, and my co-host, Miss Erica Ava Lynn. We cover a myriad of subjects that concern our people from an intellectual standpoint. So let's get back to the subject matter and our special guest, LaShawn. And let's talk about your company, the Epitome of Style. You gave us a little overview of it. Okay. But once again, during the music break, we talked about how one dresses can often determine how they will be addressed. Okay. And it can make a difference whether they receive an opportunity or miss an opportunity due to the way they present themselves.
Sure. Well, when I first started doing the weddings, I actually was just wearing the colors, basically a dress, a nice little dress, and it still was appropriate, very appropriate for the events. But when I became an actual business owner of the event, of my business, the Epitome of Style, something just clicked in and say, hey, look more professional. So when I did that with the blazer and, still coordinating with the color of the event itself, but by, putting on my blazer, more people walked up to me and asked for my business card. And it was a big difference. It wasn't that I wasn't appropriate looking for anyone. It's just I became more put on my business hat, and I put on my blazer and walked around, and I was doing my business, and people were tapping me on the shoulder and said, hey, can I get your business card? I didn't have to say anything. And I think that that's a blessing within a blessing, because I'm serious about what I do. I'm very passionate about what I do. I like to keep things in a certain order. Sometimes when I get my team together, they be like, "Oh, you're just too neat. You gotta stop it."
OCD.
But but you know what? I'm not even that either. It's just that I want it to be perfect when there is a world of non-perfection. So that's the same with me. I know I'm imperfect, but for me, how can I make myself feel perfect? If I put on this blouse with these pants and throw in this color shoes, how would I feel when I walk out the door? It's not what someone else will look at me. So putting that together, just like make it neat, make it classy, make it right. And that's what I do for each event. And even though I'm doing the work, but I'm still representing my customer. But I'm doing the work on me and I'm representing me. So the neat, classy, sassy type of thing. Do I want in-toe shoes? Do I want the toe out? Do I want the long dress? Or do I want the skirt with the blouse? Do I want it to be fitted? Do I want a fitted blouse? Or do I want it to be loose? So, so it's just the same. It just ties right in, and it just became my work is me.
It kind of reminds me of, and I'm going to go back a couple of years. I think you and I can relate to this. My daughter probably won't. No, I actually may be able to relate to this. Remember the dress-up dolls?
Yes.
Remember the dress-up dolls? And we had the option of changing
the
little outfits.
Clothes, the shoes,
are we
the
talking
purse.
about the paper dolls?
The paper dolls.
Yes.
They were called paper dolls.
Paper dolls, yes.
Is that what you guys talking
Yes,
about?
you could cut out the clothes, and you could put the clothes on the doll, and you could just change it up. Just the little fashion head. It was, we had it going on back there.
My mom bought some, I don't know whose child it was. She bought someone's child paper dolls, and they were not. This is recently, and they were not.
Well, your generation would actually think like that, though.
The lack of creativity.
We want a digital doll nowadays.
A digital doll.
Yeah.
And so, I follow you. Like I said, I stalk your page because I just think that your sense of style is really amazing. And I pick up a lot of tips from you.
Oh, wow.
In terms of, okay, I can put this color together and I can put that color together. And then my biggest critic is my daughter. So she's always check. Oh, don't wear that. Oh, that doesn't look right.
Right.
You didn't pencil that eyebrow right. And I can honestly say, when we talk about style,
Mm-hmm.
I actually learned how to dress from men.
Okay.
Because to me, it's just like when I was selling Mary Kay.
Okay.
If I wore a lipstick and the opposite sex says that looks nice, I'm going to wear that lipstick again.
Right.
Because of what it does. However, with my style of dress, I had no style of dress. I think my daughter can attest to that. I initially had no style of dress. And just different friends that I had come across in the course of my life, they would introduce me to women like yourself.
Okay.
And say, teacher.
Oh.
And I wasn't resistant.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe a little resistant.
That's okay.
But I love that look. I love the look that says that I'm confident. I love the look that says that I am about business. I love the look that says you will put some respect on my name.
Yes. Yes. You know what? And I'm so versatile. I'm totally versatile. I like to be classy. I like to be cool. I like to be sexy. I'm just so versatile. But all remains the same as my character. So regardless if I'm jazzy or whatever it is, you will approach me in such a way that I will communicate right back to you. Even when I'm typing, if someone's sending me a message, my message is, hey, they come back really like it is very professional or nice, or even if I'm telling someone off, it's nice.
I can attest to that. When I requested that you send me a small bio. And sometimes when you've known a person, you lose the formality.
Okay.
And I can honestly say that when you responded, it was very professional, and it upped the game.
Thank you.
Meaning that just because I'm on the radio or because I'm doing whatever it is that I'm doing, I'm always looking to become better. Right. And therefore, I'm always looking to surround myself with people who I believe that are more intelligent, more fashion forward, so that I'm learning.
Right. And you know what? Life is a process of learning. That we never stop learning. And even though there's people out there that just, I know it all, you don't. You don't. Stuff is always going on.
Okay.
There's new things that's always evolving, and God always have something going on, especially for His people. So it's a learning process. I'm learning, and I love learning, and I want to surround myself around beautiful women that are very intelligent, friendly, and do not mind helping.
Absolutely.
Give you the best knowledge possible. And actually, I found that too in my business coach. Well, actually, I have two. That's Alba Henderson and Karen Scott. Um, they own the brand Her Pearl, and they are my business coaches. And although they compliment me a lot, they still teaches me a lot. And that is just awesome. You just never stop learning. And it's okay. I mean, in some styles, I see things, I'm like, oh, that is so pretty. Oh, I like that. How did she do that? You think she'll share that secret? I am serious about that. But most people are not like that. They're like, girl, I want you to go to boutique I went to. And I'm a boutique person. I'll run to a boutique in a minute.
Yes.
Be like, look, I want something unique and I want something different. And and they learn me like that. That's like, oh, I saw something that's just for you.
Absolutely.
And I love that.
Well, what I would like to extend the opportunity to work with you on an upcoming event that I think that we would have a lot of fun. The event is for the purpose of networking, bringing African Americans
Women
together,
Mm-hmm.
so that what is being displayed with regarding our people,
right,
is, any given second, any given moment, you can turn on the radio, open a newspaper, or via the internet, and you find something derogatory people.
Right.
And I think that we are the sojourner truths of tomorrow.
That's true.
Even of today. Mm-hmm. And I believe that we must all aspire to inspire before we expire.
I love that.
Yes, yes. And I try to live by that. And the one thing that I want you to share with us, tell us about some of the upcoming events that you have. And let the people know.
Yeah, I've done quite a few, but what's coming up is a large fashion show that I'll be doing really soon. I'm also working on my launching party for next year. So that's a big project for me this year. Working on that. So I haven't had any. I've had communication with others, so I do not have any set dates for any other events as of yet, but I have been communicating. So there's no signed contract, so I can't say it yet, but I do have some people that's really talking to me about some events. But my project is the main thing that's really going on in this big fashion show event, and I might be having a few more before the year ends, but yes, that's what's actually going on. I'm excited.
Now, this fashion show, can you release at this point where it's going to be held? Can you talk about the ticket price?
Not as of yet, because she's still working on some loose ends, but she's preparing and doing everything she needs to do on her end that we can start, letting a lot of things out and get people to come out and support her. And she also is African American fashion
She's
designer.
a designer.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Well, when you get that information, please do let us know, because I would love to come out and support.
I sure will. And also my daughter will be, I'm sorry, I do have to say this because she might really get on me. But my daughter is an author. So my oldest daughter, Davina Crape, she will be having her second book released really soon. Her first book her name is Karma, and it's being re-released in June 1st. So that event, she just won a party. We had a release party last year. So now, because it's being re-released, we're just going to throw just a release party instead of a big to-do like we did last year. But it was nice.
June 1st?
June 1st.
Where is it being held?
No, that's when the book will be released. But we haven't set the date for the actual party release again. But yes.
So how about we extend, and I'm extending to, what's her, Davina?
Davina? Yes.
Davina. I'm going to extend, if you're listening to Sidestreets and Intersections right now, I want to extend the opportunity for you to come and be a guest on the show, and we can talk about the things that you're doing, being an author and the other projects you have, so that invitation is open to you, and I'm sure your mom will tell you when she gets back home, or she'll call you.
Yes.
So we want to make sure that so she can be a guest for an upcoming show real soon.
Yes, that
And
would be lovely.
because I just believe that we have to do everything that we must do within our power to elevate one another.
Yeah, support is a big thing. It really is, and I love supporting my sisters and cheering them on, encouraging them. I have with so many people that I never even met, via Facebook, and some events I went to and I didn't even know the sister, but just because it was in the area and hey, I wasn't busy that day, I didn't have anything planned, I'm gonna go to her event, and I'm glad to have done that. It makes me feel good even if I'm not recognized for it. It doesn't matter. It's something about me that want to uplift someone else, such as yourself, and it's just a part of me. That's what the sense of style come from too. Hey, it's a part of me. It's my character. And nothing and nobody can take that from me. Uplifting, being stylish, and being my own person.
That's right.
Walking it on out the door, walking it in the door.
Well, I say walk it on out because you are walking it out. Now, when it comes to your sense of style, have you ever, just by chance, put something on and it wasn't really a good day?
Mm-hmm.
And I think we've all had those days. And you walked outside saying, ugh, and someone approached you and said, wow, you look really, really nice.
Oh, yes. And, I'm going to have to get a hat made, too. Bad hair day hat. But I wear my hat a lot. And I wear my hat so low to, to my eyebrows. Like, okay, no one can see me because I don't want to be seen. But I've had someone, you have beautiful skin. Are you sure? Because I got eczema. You sure? But, it's my clear up moments. But yeah, I mean, I have. And I just get excited. Like, what? I'm not even dressed up. But you know what? That's the beauty of it, because it helps you to know that, it helps you to build yourself up, that someone else can still see you when you just don't have an ounce of makeup on. Your hair is not done, and they can still see you for who you are, and that even build up your confidence even more. So, when someone is like, oh, you don't have, you put on makeup, you don't need it. Oh no, I'm just enhancing my beauty. That's what I say, because hey, if I don't have a makeup on, yeah, I'm a cutie pie. But when I have it on, hey, I'm beautiful. I'm enhanced.
Well, one thing I can say, just sitting here next to you, very good spirit.
Thank you.
And when it speaks to your character, you seem to be a person that when you say what you say, you mean what you say, and you do what you must do in order to make those things come into fruition. And I am honored to be in your presence.
Likewise.
And it really is unfortunate that as sisters, we are always trying to pull one another down. And, I remember posting on Facebook, instead of watching Empire, no pun intended, why can't we build our own?
I agree. I saw that. Actually, I like that. See, I like the post.
So we're going to take a short musical break, and we're going to come back. I am Angela Champ, your host for Sidestreets and Intersections, with my lovely co-host, Erica Evelyn, and our special guest, LaShawn Crape of the Epitome of Style. Until then, tune in because we'll be right back. Welcome back. Welcome back. We just want to say thank you to all of our viewers and our listeners listening in to Side Streets and Intersections here on IntellectualRadio.com. And if you're looking for an opportunity to host your own show, please do not hesitate to call 708-223-8953. And while we were on our musical break, let me just clarify something that my daughter brought to my attention. Earlier, I said that men taught me how to dress. And so let me clarify that it wasn't that I was particularly dressing up for men, but what they did instill in me is that sometimes as women, we think that we look really good to the opposite sex, and we really look like clowns. And
True.
so what a lot of my male friends would do, if I would had an event that I had to go to, I would call them up. They would come over and they would assess what I had on. And if it was not appropriate, they would go to my closet and say, well, what do you have in your closet? And then they would say, put this and that together. And it just made a world of difference. So I wanted to clarify that up. And yeah, so thank you.
Well, the reason I took issue with that is because I've actually had men dress me as clowns. So I was just, every man has his own particular taste. And that may not be, the most tasty of tastes, So, so that's, I just kind of, I feel as women, especially younger women of all ages and nationalities and everything, you should do what makes you feel comfortable.
Right.
You should do what makes you happy. And if you're, sorry about that, guys. If you are, a straight woman looking to attract men, then sure. Dress as you see. But that's where I was saying, as far as Instagram and everything, a lot of women are dressing this way, half naked. Last month, my friend's birthday, she turned 21. Okay. She had a completely sheer top. Now we're in Atlanta, it's hot, okay? But sheer, no protection of the nipple, nothing, just completely bare with a thin piece of fabric, and was out there like, hey, it's my birthday. And we're like, no,
Yeah.
And that's a woman who's taking pointers from certain men.
Right. See, and I think we need to, as women, to really reevaluate ourselves, because when we put how we look, how we feel, and we give the next person all the power to change our emotions and how we feel about ourselves. When we thinking we're looking good for them, you're right, we're looking like clowns. Instead say, hey, how do I feel about this style? What do I look? I'm not doing it for him. So now we have to do some self-pleasing, and I think we forget to do that, self-pleasing, because we're so busy wanting to be noticed by others. No, notice yourself and then others will notice you.
Agreed.
And I mean, that is just real. How real can you get with that? I'm sorry I can't be like Shirley. Shirley wearing the see-throughs. I'm sorry, that's not me.
I have no desire
that's
to be
not me. I'm sorry that I cover my, and I hardly have a stomach, but when I wear stretch pants, I cover my butt and my stomach. But Becky don't. But that's Becky. And that's okay, Becky. You feel comfortable and you
Becky
like
with
that.
The good hair.
Right, you like that. But Phoebe LaShawn like it a whole little stylish way. And so it's just how you present your outer appearance need to connect with your inner appearance. And your character will go a long, long, long way. That's what people will notice, your character.
Agreed.
And I think they forget that.
And I think when we talk about character, it speaks to the traits and the who you are, and a lot of that comes from, some things are innate, but most of it comes through the environmental process, things that you've seen and you've observed, and sometimes we're just out there.
Yeah, that's true.
And we need someone with your sense of style.
Thank you.
To say, not so much that it has to be verbal.
Right.
But just your presence alone says, I'm about respect.
Exactly.
Now, we recognize, and let us just put this disclaimer out there to women that are listening and those that are viewing. We're not saying that every woman has to be dressed with high heels on, but what we are saying collectively, I think all of us that are sitting here on this panel, is that dress in a way that commands respect and dress in a way that is respectable. Put some respect on my name. Put
And
some
a little classy skin showing is okay. It's okay. We're not saying don't, I'm okay. Sometimes I have a little cleavage showing. Sometimes my back is out. But hey, it's classy. I always call it like crazy, sexy, cool. I mean, that's me.
Sometimes you can't help the cleavage sometimes.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
you
have
have
that
natural.
issue
Some
too.
people can't help to cover. Some people can't cover the butt. Some people can't cover the
Right.
bust. I mean, it just happens. But what would you suggest for every woman? Just a few classic, I guess, pieces
Mm-hmm.
to
Well,
have that you think would are the epitome of style to have in your closet.
Well, to be honest, it's really hard to say
Mm-hmm.
because your style, you are your best representation. So if you're a person that love fitted blouses, then okay, find a pair of pants that would suit that blouse. Find a skirt that would suit that blouse, because not every two pieces go together. So
That is true.
and make it fit your body proportion. If you like a fitted, if you like something full, why you have a big, not full, a larger blouse, a loose blouse, then find a bottom that would go well with that. So it's hard to say because each person is different. Each person, just dress different. So I don't want you to be like me and I don't want to be like you, but know who you are and what you represent. And what you represent is yourself. Know that. And that's what you want people to walk up to you and address you as such.
Okay.
So on your bad hair days,
Mhm.
and those days when you are awakened and whatever's going on in the world, be it from a personal perspective and or a business perspective, and like you said, sometimes you put the hat on and you're covering your eyebrows and
Mhm.
covering up those beautiful eyes that you have.
Thank you.
But I would have to say, here on Sidestreets and Intersections on IntellectualRadio.com, you all can believe it if you want to. LaShawn ain't walking out of her house if she don't look good.
I have put on a hat. I had on gym shoes.
Even if she has a hat on, she is not walking out the house if she doesn't look good.
Oh, wow.
And I just want to say that I have really, really enjoyed. I mean, this hour went so quick.
Yes,
It
I
did.
had fun with you,
It did.
ladies.
And
Yes.
I would love for you to come back.
I would love to too. I love the hot topics, so invite me back.
Yes, yes,
We
yes.
should have some hot, juicy ones next time.
Yes. Oh, I love to get real deep.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
I see some future events in terms of collaborating some things with you.
Thank you. Thank you. I would love that.
And I would, like I said, I would love to welcome you back when you get the opportunity. Please, once again, your daughter,
Mhm.
An upcoming show real soon. I would love to give her some exposure,
Sure.
because I think that once again we should all aspire to inspire before we expire. Until next week, I am Angela Champ, your host for Side Streets and Intersections here on IntellectualRadio.com with my co-hosts Erica Evelyn and our wonderful guest, LaShawn Crape, owner and creator of the Epitome of Style. If you are looking for an event planner, looking for a sense of style, please, they can contact you.
Yes, Facebook, I have a page, which is www.facebook.com/the epitome of style. And you can reach me there. Also, my number is 773-701-3014. And my email address is theepitomeofstyle@gmail.com.
Until then, if you're feeling hungry and you've not been fed, then you need to tune in on next week to Side Streets and Intersections here on IntellectualRadio.com, because it's obvious that you need to be fed. I am Angela Champion. Until then.